Hi, my name is Mark, and today I would like to open Valheim Deluxe Edition. Thanks Mood Publishing for sending me this game for review. Valheim is a game that was on GameFound. It was successfully founded, and it's a game based on a video game on the same name. So the video game was a survival adventure boss battling open world game set in Nordic setting, and the board game is basically the same. This is a cooperative game in which you will gather resources, build your base, explore, fight monsters, find loot, fight bosses. So in a second we'll see what's inside. Thank you. Cool. Now we have the rulebook. This is the Deluxe Edition, and Deluxe Edition contains, from what I know, some upgraded components and additionally miniatures of each monsters, because in the standard edition you get standees. Here we will have miniatures, so we'll see it in a second. Deluxe rulebook, okay, 50 pages, so quite a lot. I don't think it's that complex game. From what I see, there is a lot of like token overview, creature overview, different terrain, campaign mode. We will see, but the rulebook looks cool. I mean, there are a lot of examples, a lot of artwork, so it looks friendly. Sometimes the rulebooks don't look friendly when there is only text and pages full of text. This one looks cool. Okay, let me put it to the side. Now we have the scenario book and 14 scenarios. Okay, so we have different scenarios, they have different goals, different rules, different objectives, different terrain setup. So this is pretty cool. Okay, there's an option to make your own scenarios. Nice. So here we have some reference cards. Okay, 2 of them, about dice, resources, how to create furniture. Okay, so this is pretty useful. I always like reference cards because I don't need to check rulebook for everything. I can just take a look at the cards. We also have some stickers. I have no idea where I should put those stickers on. I will have to read the rulebook. Now there is a guide. Whoa! How to store everything. This is also quite cool. More and more games have those kinds of help sheets, because sometimes you get a game with a lot of components and a lot of trays, but you have no idea where to put which components. This is pretty cool. And this is how to construct your hut, because this edition contains like a 3D house, a hut where you will be it will be your base during the game. Now we have a game tutorial, and this is nice. I like tutorials. It always makes learning game easier. How it works: this tutorial will simulate a game through a deck of cards called the tutorial deck. Okay, nice. So not that many rules. Probably all those cards that you will reveal will introduce new mechanics and new rules. Nice, pretty cool. This also should be a must in a lot of games, because learning a game from a tutorial is always much better than learning a game from just reading the rulebook. And we have a board. And this board is quite empty. And you may wonder why this board is so empty, because you will place, at least from all the images I've seen, you will place the terrain tiles on the board. Yeah, nice. Okay, so we have the board. And now we have a lot of cardboard components. Let me open it. Just to make sure, I have not played Valheim, the board game. I also have not played Valheim, the video game. I've watched some videos about the video game, but I have not played the board game, the prototype. So this game is new for me. But I like Nordic settings in games. I like cooperative adventure games, and especially on the campaign page of this board game, of Valheim, they said the solo mode, there is true solo mode, without additional rules, without any AI, anything. You play the game solo just like the regular game, so this is pretty cool. Okay, and we have different terrain tiles. I will not punch them because then later, after making the video, I will have to organize everything in the box. But the art is really nice. We have some bigger tiles. There are some bosses as well here. Okay, we have some small boards. Cool. I really like the artwork. The artwork reminds me a lot of the old school Warcraft games that I played in the when they were released in the 90s. When I was young and handsome video gamer. Okay, we have some boss boards, the Elder, Bone Mass. Cool, looks nice. Okay, this looks like the attachment maybe to the game board. Place for some cards. Okay. A lot of resources. Nice. Ooh, there is a lot of cardboard. Okay, some additional boards. Looks like an altar. Some tiles. Even more terrain. This is more dark. Looks like some swamps. Cool. A lot of things. Okay, and this is your baseboard, probably. But we will. Oh, okay. This is this 3D house that we will assemble. I will do it later. I need to check the guide how to assemble everything. Now we have player boards, and I can already tell you that they are dual layered. This is pretty cool. I love dual layer boards, especially when you have different trackers and different things to track on the board itself. It makes much, more smooth and more convenient experience where nothing slides. Okay. 2 additional characters, pretty cool. Now we have a lot of trays, and those trays are empty, of course, because we will have to punch those punch boards, those tokens, and put everything in those trays. But they look really cool. I always like when games have trays for components, because setting the game up is very quick. You take those trays out of the box and then you can just play the game, and putting it back also makes everything quicker. We have the miniatures for, I think, the main heroes. Okay, we have 4 of them. Cool. We have the bases. Oh, and the spear is straight, so this is nice, because sometimes in games everything is bended. Those miniatures look good. Okay. Another empty tray. And another tray, but this is full of something. And we have... Okay, we have the wooden resources, because one of the features of the Deluxe Edition was, from what I remember, that you will have some wooden resources instead of the cardboard ones. So again, this is pretty nice. I like nice components. Who doesn't? So we have different like stones, we have some leather. This game gives me also Robinson Crusoe vibes a little by looking at the components. I know that they are, of course, different in terms of store and topic and setting, but this is also like a survival game where you have to gather different resources, you have to explore. Even the location tiles, they looked a little similar. And this is a big pro for me, because I really like Robinson Crusoe, I like survival games. So, okay, let me put it back. but I also like fantasy games a lot. And another empty tray that doesn't want to go out. This is fun. I think this is where you will store probably the 3D house, I think, by looking at the size of those components. I'm not entirely sure, but here we have space for those bigger boards that we have seen earlier. Okay, cool. So it looks like a really well-designed insert. We have another thing. I will just remove the lid first, and then I will try to take this out. This is a little heavier. So we have dice. Okay, let me take them out. Okay, nice. Different colors. Then we have some bases for the standees. But we also have miniatures, so I'm not entirely sure what will be put in those bases. Okay. We have some cubes. We have a nice bag, Valheim the board game. I think the main feature of the Deluxe Edition was the dual layered board, the wooden components, and of course all those miniatures. Okay, and we have some cardboard components here. I'm not sure why they are already punched out. Okay, and we have the cards. So let me show you the cards, and then we will have miniatures somewhere on the bottom of this box. Okay, this looks like some boss decks. This is my guess, and here we have different Elder Combat. Okay, additional cards, how to play it, Modern Combat. Yeah, so those are the bosses. Player 8 card. Okay, some creatures. It looks so cool. I really like the art in this game. Stone Golem. And this is my guess, different attacks of the boss. Lightning Strike. Okay, this is another boss. Nice. Whoa, this one is pretty cool. Deadly mix of gas. Okay. So this is deck number 1. It looks like there is enough space for sleeved cards. I know that a lot of you like to sleeve cards, so this looks like enough space for sleeved cards. This is also really nice. I don't use sleeves, but I know a lot of people do, and well, it's nice when publishers think of everyone when planning and creating inserts. Okay, you have some other cards. This looks like some, I will not guess, but like some event cards or something. Always quiet for now. Only one of these cards. This is always quiet, everything else is really bad. Thick Fog, Mystic Fungus, Ceiling Click, Ice Storm. Okay, so the more cards I see, the more really it reminds me of Robinson Crusoe. There will be a lot of, I see negative things that will happen, and those colors, they look like those boss color cards. Then probably I guess that when you pick a boss, you will also get a specific event deck that is connected with this boss. Okay, Heavy Rain, Hunting Opportunity, like Ambush. Cool. Roughing in the bushes, the forest is moving. Okay, all is quiet now. Yeah, not a lot of quiet moments in this game. Creatures emerge, Restless Forest. This looks really cool. So this looks like this tutorial deck because it says introduction. This is really great. I have to say that this is really nice. And if it works like I think it should, welcome to Valheim. Every player has reactions. Yes, this game you will learn this game by playing cards from this deck and the tutorial. So this is really cool. It's even easier than a dedicated tutorial rulebook. Some games have it, but with cards you don't have to read all the information at once. You just take one card after another and you have 55 cards. Nice, nice. This is really cool. So big kudos for making it. Now we have some smaller cards. Another thing I really like, because yeah, we have the miniatures here, is that there are not that many components here. We have those decks of cards, but they are dedicated to different bosses. We have some tokens, some resource tokens, some location tiles, and that's basically it. Not that many different components, so this is also quite cool. Okay, and we have different, I think, resources, different things that we'll maybe find and gather. Carrots, sausages, okay, forest berries, and we can create some meals from it. Now I'm getting hungry. Boar feast, okay, fish wraps, okay, different items, flint axe. I'm really curious if Mood Publishing will continue with Valheim, making another expansions. Because I remember that Deep Rock Galactic, the previous game from Mood Publishing, has got a lot of different boxes and expansions and additional gameplay expansions, so I'm really curious. At least for now, this game is quite new, so we will see. Okay, so this is the tray, and now we have the miniatures, and we have a lot of them. Okay. One thing I have to say, it's not so easy to take it out, but if you remove the lid first, it gets better. Whoa! Cool miniatures. They are quite big, because I think those are the bosses. This one looks like an ant from Lord of the Rings. So let me show you the bosses. Okay. So in the standard edition you get standees. I think this one is the maybe ultimate boss. This is what I've seen on the GameFound campaign. Okay, we have those smaller pieces here, but this is the nasty one. It's cool, it got the skeleton here, really, really nice. And we have some smaller miniatures, monsters, different enemies, and skeleton and everything. Pretty cool. Even though I'm not a painter, I don't paint miniatures. I always like to have some cool miniatures on the board. Every game looks epic with some cool miniatures. This one looks like a golem. And we have some warriors. Okay. And we have some small enemies. Let me take one out. This one is cool. Maybe they are connected with the boss here. Okay. What's this? Cool. So this is basically the content of Valheim. Expect another video in the future where I will tell you how the game plays and what I think about it. I just need some time to play it, but seeing the tutorial makes me very happy to learn this game. Thanks for watching. Click the like button, subscribe to my channel, let me know in the comments if you played Valheim the video game and if you played Valheim the board game. And as I said, expect another video quite soon about the game itself. Thanks for watching, see you next time, bye.